build our foundation of machine learning with the help of MLflow, and we have completed about 6 core concepts of MLflow. Now I'm going to uh, teach you one of an interesting way of writing MLflow code for generative AI applications. One of the most important thing in the field of AI engineering is the tracing, because you want your system to be maintainable and you want to have control over every aspect of the processes. Here, MLflow helps really to establish the tracing of any tool call or LLM invoke from any side, either the client or server side. On our channel, you will find the Pydantic AI agentic tool. Sooner, I am going to upload the LangGraph as well. For now, what we are going to do, how can we use MLflow to make sure that our tracing are being done. So first of all, let's make sure that your MLflow server is running. So let's spin it up and let's see. So this is how our experiments are looking like. We have registered promotion model, and now let's see how can we do the tracing. So let me create a folder. Okay, so let's do some setup. Let me copy some of the code from here. Now, let's prepare a new experiment name. So let's give this name as, let's name it tracing, and let's use Grok so that everyone can follow the tutorial for free. It should not cost $1 for learning. So let's also import Grok. Let's install. Make sure to install the Grok dependencies. So as soon as this is done, now first thing first, for MLflow we have to set the experiment. By now you must have learned it. Now let's do it from MLflow. Let's also import MLflow. So MLflow.setExperiment, and then we will set exp as the experiment. Now let's define a function where we will do the LLM invoking. So let's define a function. We'll do same thing. Let's define a main function, and then you need to add this line. From here you need to add, let's prepare before that, usually any LLM call, we prepare the client first. So before doing that, we will enable the auto logging for Grok. Auto log. Same way we do it for machine learning. Here we are also doing it. So now dot Grok. We have prepared our client, and now let's invoke this. So client dot chat dot completion dot create, and then model. For now, let's use Llama 3. Llama 3, 8 billion. I think its contact window is 8192. We'll check it on the Grok website. And then let's go messages. The format for this is role and then content. So let's define role first. Let's make it user. And then we are going to define the content. And let's pass it a prompt. Let's ask this a question. Explain what is MLflow AI. Now, once we get the message, let's parse it into the messages. Dot choices. Get the first one. Dot content. And let's also print it. See if it works or not. So let's first thing first, let's see. Try to build if it works. Let's go to Grok. And I will create a new API key. I'm going to invalidate this API key once I'm done recording. So do not share your API keys. Let's create .env and let me paste this API key, and let's see what does Grok wants from us. Let's look at the implementation and API key. This is the way they will be looking into the environment. So let's go there. So and now coming here, we'll need to also from .env. Okay, let's add it. .env load load.env and then load it. So this will set the API key and we should be able to run this code. So let's run episode 7. Episode 7 tracing. Yeah, so you can see we were able to make the call, and if you look at the MLflow logs, experiment with does not exist, creating the new experiment, which means now we should be able to see the traces in the UI. Yeah, there you go. Now let's go to traces and let's see the traces. So we were able to capture uh, the model. What prompt was that? And it creates an ID, and what response we got back. Create a timestamp object that it called, and the usage, chat completion, prompt token, token completion, prompt time, queue time, total time. Yeah, so this is how, because we just made an simple invoke, we were able to retrieve this much information. And once we do more tool calling and all, then we will be able to see the tool calling as well here. So for now, let's only keep the uh, invocation and try to retrieve now information from the MLflow, these information that we have logged. Let's see how can we get it. So once we are done, let's try to get them. Let's put that in a try catch. Usually it's good practice to make any invocation in a try catch. So let's retrieve the last trace ID, and let's make MLflow get last, I think it is last active trace ID, because if I'm going to run this code, it is going to create new ID, and then I want to capture that ID, and then let's collect the traces. MLflow get traces. So we need to pass the trace ID, which is last trace ID. So let's print the total usage. And let's collect the trace dot info dot, let's now only collect token usage, and let's print this total usage. And this is how we will be able to retrieve the tokens, except exception as E. In that case, we are going to print the exceptions. Let's see if we are able to retrieve the usage. All right, there you can see from our MLflow server, we were able to collect the token usage, output tokens, and all. So this is how the basics. This is the basics of MLflow tracing. I wanted to include that in this playlist because just wanted to ensure viewers that you can also do tracing and all with MLflow. We will go more deep and dive in the MLflow AI itself. We'll create a playlist and organize all of the content separately there. And we'll keep this playlist for machine learning, MLflow related, but with the hint that we can do traces as well. And with that, I conclude this playlist. And kudos to you because you have been looking for a true knowledge, not for an AI hype. And there are very few people who understand the importance of these lecture, but those who do, I hope that it helps Thank you. Thank you very much for viewing this playlist.